Welcome back to Tech. Yes, it is Brandon's coming back to you guys today with a review and I guess a semi-unboxing of the Aerocool Strike X. So this is my test bench. I've been getting asked a lot of questions about this case, and honestly, I didn't review it for a while because it wasn't like I'm gonna say first of all, it is an impressive case. I love this case. However, there's just some durability issues, and I'm going to go through that with you guys today. But first, before we get into the review of this thing, I'll take you through some photos I took when I was unboxing it, just to show you how goddamn big this case actually is. So there's the box there. I actually use this as a storage case now for all my spare PC parts. But anyway, let's move on to some of the photos. Okay, so first of all, you can see how big this case is. It can't even fit in the frame on my photo, so I feel sorry for the shop that has to post this thing out. I mean, they're probably going to lose money on shipping if they're shipping it to you for cheap. As you can see here in the case, before you open it up or before you take off the foam, you get two extra power supply brackets there, which you can load and get two power supplies ready. You also get one with the case, which is inside the case, and you get all your mounting tools there, and it comes with a lot of tools. So it even comes with a screwdriver, I believe. You get the manual there as well, and then once you take off the foam, you get inside the So once you pull the top foam off, you can then pull the case out, and as you can see here, it's just huge. The case is massive, and it's actually pretty heavy as well, so careful, make sure if you got a weak back you can get someone else to pull it out. So yeah, that's the case coming out. Now when we move on to the hard drive bays, you can see that this is a Western Digital that I've installed into the hard drive bay. So you just pull these bays out, install your hard drive, and then you can slot it in into these slots, and it's actually a really good idea. I really like it. It's really quick for hot swapping hard drives. And if you want to test a particular SSD versus SSD, you can get them ready and then test them on the fly. So really good feature, and I really like these drive bays. They're SATA 3 as well, so you don't have to worry about them not being compatible with your hard drive. So I really like that feature. Let's move on now let's go back to the video now. Let's look at the case itself now and what you get when you unbox this case and you set it up. This case is pretty much touted as being a hybrid test bench personal ATX case kind of thing, and honestly it does fit the bill. I love this case simply because this fan here actually does a really good job of cooling. So the first point I'll make is that this 20cm fan here on top actually cools all your components really well, and you pretty much have all your air just blowing out everywhere. So this is bringing cold air from the top, and it's just all the hot air is getting blown out. Because this fan is actually pretty damn good. So here you can see I've actually managed to install everything in the case itself. So we've got there the GTX 780 Lightning, the Animax T40, and there's just ample room inside this case. You've also got cable management here and here and here, so you can easily fit all your cables that you need to fit. Now let's move on now to the durability, because it's one of the things that I didn't like about this case. It was probably one of my least favorite things. So first of all, we'll move here to the front panel. This front panel here, this audio port here is already starting to give out a little bit. It's a bit, the durability of it's not that good. The mic port I think is actually fully gone. So if they're gonna I've used this case for about 7 months, and I guess so this front panel's already starting to kick out. This USB port here is already starting to kick out. So it's not that, the build quality, some of the build parts of this case, the build quality is not that impressive. I think the join between this part and this part here. So let me first say that the left side of the case is really heavy. This side here is actually really heavy, but this side here feels like it's made majority of plastic. So is that even a word? The majority of this side of the case is plastic, and so this side feels cheap when it connects to here, because it feels like if you shook this in the wrong way, it feels like this could completely snap off this side. So this side here is really heavy and real well built, but this side feels a bit cheap. Now this thing here, when I first got this and I pulled it out of the case, this thing here doesn't sit in properly. So that's another durability issue I have with the case, is this thing in the corner here. So this is your drive bay, and it's actually, I mean, it's good. Like, you can take it out and you can put your 5.25 inch drive bays in there, and it's actually really convenient. It's a real breeze to use this case. I like it. Everything everything does work reasonably well. It's just that, you know, I think in some parts of the world they charge $150 for this case. I managed to pick it up for $80, so it was a bargain. So let's move on now. Let's move on. So I've got the durability issues out the road. And one more little disadvantage I will point out about this case is when you have it set up like that. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the top corner here, this corner starts to sag down after a little while. So maybe after 2 months of use, this top right corner will start to sag down a little bit and it'll look a little bit off. So there are all the durability issues, or the quality concerns that I have with the case. Let's move on now to the really good points. So again, I've discussed the 20 centimeter fan is phenomenal. It's good. It's quiet. It does a really good job of cooling. This is another point I like here. You can adjust the height of the case by setting it down like that. I'm not going to put it down too low because the GTX 780 is a monster and it takes up. So you got 3 levels that you can put this top. 3 levels that you can put it onto, and it's up to you guys what level you want to have it on. I usually have it on the 2nd level there, so it's as close as it can be without hitting cables, and it does a really good job of cooling. This also apparently is able to be detached, and you can use it as a laptop cooler as well, which is actually a really cool feature, I think. The hard drive bays here, let's move on now to this bit. They're really, as I showed you guys in the slides before, a photo, these just come out. I'm not going to pull them out now because my computer will crash, but these pull out and you can just put a hard drive in, plug it in, and you're good to go. So really good for a test bench setup. If you guys if you guys are testing a lot of computer parts and you sort of want your own personal case, I can definitely recommend this case. Just keep in mind that the durability and the quality of this case is not that good, in my opinion. They could work on a few little things. Put in a stronger front panel, maybe put a bit more weight here and put a bit of a stronger metal chassis through there, and obviously a bit of a stronger connection point with this tray up here. So ultimately, I love this case though. It's nice, it's huge. Keep in mind that it is really big. So this is a standard desk, and you see here that it takes up pretty much the whole desk. I have resprayed this desk black to match the color code of this case. So that's pretty much all I can think of with this case. I mean, it fits a full-size ATX motherboard. It'll fit massive graphics cards as well. As you can see here, I don't think it gets any bigger than the GTX 780 Lightning. It'll fit air coolers up until, I guess, another 20 mil. You've got another 40 mil on top of the AMAX T40. So it'll fit a lot of stuff in. So it's a really big case. These also at the back here, you can take these out and put them back in, which is something I really like. You've got cable management options at the rear of the case. You've got cable management options underneath the case. And also at the rear of the case, you can take the power supply in and out, and you have brackets that are included with the case that will allow you to get 3 power supplies ready in case you want to hot swap power supplies. So this case does come pretty loaded. It is a nice case. Ultimately, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. You know, if the durability was really good on this case, I would give it a 5 out of 5 hands down. It's just some of those issues, you know, my audio cuts out when I use the front panel. I love using the front panel because, as you guys know, I've got the mic preamp here, and that uses the rear ports on my motherboard. And when I'm listening and just playing games, I don't need the preamp, so I want to use the front panel. And so my front panel for me is really important. And when it cuts out, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. So that being said, though, the case is nice. You're getting a lot of case for your money. For $80, you are getting a really damn good case. So this blue light here as well, that's your power button. You get your reset button, which also doubles as a hard drive light, which I think is actually a really good idea. I like that they've done that. So when your hard drive is in motion on the bottom right corner there, you'll notice that the light, sort of the red light, will flash just like a hard drive. So it's really cool. I like how Aerostrike are doing their own little unique things. And yeah, the cable management's good on this case. I can't really say anything else about the case, except I would like to see, I guess, at the rear here, more mounting support at the rear there. I'd like to see some more mounting support for water coolers and such. I mean, it looks like there is some kind of support there, but when I tried to fit a water cooler to it, it just didn't really work. So, but it does look like it can do it, just in a weird way. So I'd like to see maybe in the future they sort of improve on that a little bit and the durability, and this case would be a 5 out of 5 hands down. So if you guys have any questions about this case, then please let me know in the comment section below. And if you have any suggestions, I guess, or if you think anything you'd like to see with this case, then please also put that in the comment section below too. If you like this review, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to Tech Yes City. So this is my test bench and my lovely case. So this is it, guys. Thought I'd share it with you guys today, and I hope you enjoyed it. Peace out for now. Bye.